We have the Knight of Wands, the Princess of Cups, the Queen of Cups, and the Nine of Swords. What I'm getting is through relationships, you will see yourself growing. And it's not going to be growing just in an emotional sense. The Princess of Cups turns into the Queen of Cups. You've definitely not had good luck when it comes to love in the past. There's been a lot of cruelty, there's been a lot of heartache, there's a backstabbing, a lot of mind games. It reminds me of the saying, when someone prides themselves on being honest and telling the truth, but at the same time, they're unkind about it. So then they use the excuse of, well, I'm honest, as a way of being unkind. And honesty without tact is cruelty. You know, what is tact? It's being able to be kind in your delivery of the truth to somebody. It's taking care of someone's feelings, even if you know how to break them, you know, or even if you know the information that would break them. Telling someone the truth in a kind way takes a lot more intelligence and strength than just blurting out whatever comes to your head and thinking that that's your truth. You know, it's kind of arrogant just to say, oh, well, my truth is the truth. In your reality, it might be, but in the world's reality, you're just a drop in the bucket of truths. And whatever is going on in your mind it's your own galaxy that's going on. So I don't know why that's giving me that, but maybe you have dealt with somebody that kind of used painful truths against you, or they used what they knew about you and they used it against you. You know, you have to be careful who you open your heart to, unfortunately, because some people will take care of it and appreciate your honesty and your openness and being able to witness the pain within you that's personal. And then also there's certain types of people that are more snake-like. And I hate to throw snakes under the bus because snakes are just living animals as well, but they're more conniving, let's say. And we can call them narcissists, but you know, I'm not liking that everyone throws those terms around so lightly. You have to be really educated in personality disorders or have a lot of experience with such to talk about it. And I don't like that certain people just throw those words around lightly. We all have narcissistic traits, but some people have personality disorders that are very cruel, that are part of the dark triad of personalities. And narcissism is one of them. And they could take your truths and pretend to be this little lamb and have you open up to them and tell them your darkest secrets, your innermost pain, or whatever is going on with you personally, or something that makes you vulnerable. And they love it. They eat it up. You know, they take it and they pretend like they're going to take care of you. But when the going gets tough, and say you get into an argument with this person later down the line, they will bring up all these little pains that you have, you know, that they remembered, and they use it as a knife and just stab you with it. So this Nine of Swords to me is kind of giving me that kind of feeling like people have just been stabbing you with cruel things, cruel intentions, and it never has to pertain to actually you. You know, it's just a reflection of what's happening inside these other people or this other person that's just been kind of ripping you apart. But when you realize that there's certain people that come here. There's this Knight of Wands that is heavily staring at you, heavily looking in your direction. He's obviously infatuated with you physically. The Knight of Wands, there's a lot of fire, and you can see in his face, he's just like, damn, you know, and he's hitting his head. He can't look away. There's a lot of fire and energy and action around him. He's kind of looking at you like prey, not in a bad way, but just kind of like in that human way of desire. He's looking at you and trying to figure out a way in. But he's kind of fixated on finding that jumping point. And he's going to bring a lot of energy, and he's just going to be very dynamic, right? He's just going to kind of like heat things up, right? This man has a lot of desire, which is basically, you know, he's looking at you like you are desirable, and you're just kind of feeling more free since you've got through this, you know, cruel kind of experience. You're feeling free when you develop space away from these dark, toxic people. You just have to accept it, what it is with people. You can always hold on to what you wish it could be with someone, or if you wish someone could be just this much different, it would make so much, you know, it make everything so much better. That's just a slippery slope into a cycle of depression and toxic behavior, because you're hoping that someone's going to change on their own dime, and that's never going to happen. You can't force someone to change. You can't love someone enough to change. You can't hate someone enough to change. That person needs to change for themselves, and they usually decide that on their own time. So you have to sometimes know when to fold them, you know when to walk away, and kind of know when to break it off with certain people. You realize that this was toxic for you, and you left, and now you're kind of floating free, and you're getting your own beauty back inside. It's not about the beauty on the outside, which you have, because beauty radiates from within. Self-confidence makes someone really beautiful. You could be physically beautiful on the outside, but it's just a shell. Someone's personality really makes or breaks someone's beauty. They could be a truly ugly person inside and just have the typical, aesthetic that, we people or large groups of men like, but she could be completely dark and ugly inside. And that kind of like turns her looks downward, and the same can be reversed. So self-confidence is growing with you. You're becoming emotionally balanced because you're not around toxic things or people. You wouldn't want to sit next to a toxic dump and hope that the dump would change one day, right? You're almost hurting yourself in the process because you're expecting something to miraculously change. You have to remove yourself away from toxic material, toxic people. And it could be hard, but don't use titles, relations, history, or anything else that you've invested in the past with this person. Just let it go. You have to accept what it is. And when you do, you become more free and lighter, like in your soul. And you kind of develop your own salvation again because you're free. You have space to heal. You have space for quietness. You have space to really take care of yourself at this time. And someone's watching you when you're doing it, but you're really growing into the queen. The princess turns into the queen eventually. And the Queen of Cups, we're talking about cups, which is a lot of emotion. There's a lot of water. Water signs could be involved. You might be a water sign. But again, this red-blue juxtaposition, it's perfect complementary colors. You bring the softness, the emotion, And he kind of brings the heat and, you know, the action, and it works together. And there is a lot of steam that could happen between water and fire if it's done in the right combination, right? If it's balanced. But I see that you're going to be balancing and leveling up even more in your life. And you're really going to be able to open up your heart and have it just kind of vibrate really loud and proud. Obviously, you protect your heart. The Queen of Cups looks soft and fluid, like her water sign is, but she's also deep and very aware of her emotions and what they relate to her psyche, with. She's in tune with her body and how her feelings and emotions are connected to it. She can read signs in her body really well. So I see that there's a huge progression forward for you, and there's a lot of love opportunity like on the rise with it. What else with this Knight of Wands? The Two of Wands pops out automatically. He sees a future with you. He wants to kind of like partner with you. He's looking, he's liking, he's planning. He's kind of just seeing like, would this fit together? I kind of see this person fitting into my destiny or where I'm going in life. Are we complementary to each other's lives? Could I see her fitting into my life? And he's kind of looking into the future with that, but he likes it. It's all positive. 12:21 on the clock. He might have also gotten out of some sort of relationship that didn't work out with love. The Five of Cups is kind of just like accepting defeat, accepting what is, and getting on with it. He wants to keep building forward. He wants to, tell you the truth, be truthful about where he wants to go, what he's building, his own heartache. And he's trying to decide how to do that with you. But there's twos. There's a lot of twos, and there's a lot of good complementary energy, red and blue, fire, water, emotion, action. It's a good yin-yang. This person is definitely considering you in their future, and they're kind of like ready to, kind of let you know. They've been going back and forth about saying something, or maybe just evaluating you and making sure that you are the kind of person that they want to start something with. How do you feel about this Knight of Wands? Do you know this person already? Let's see. Do you know this Knight of Wands already? Yes. Yes, you do. He has a very King of Pentacles energy, too. This man might have a lot of money. He'll offer you the security that you might be looking for. He's mature. He's a grounded male. He's successful, wealthy. He could be a businessman. He's into bettering himself. He's the King of Pentacles, and the Pentacles incorporates everything in life, so he's well-rounded, and he might be high status. If not, he's just a risk taker. He likes to build his own empire, whatever his empire is. But he's looking to be a provider. This is the King of Pentacles. He wants his family, he wants his home life, he wants his kingdom, and he takes care of his people. You know this person already. This person could be from your past at any point. But he's looking to offer you security, and that's why he's like kind of checking you out. He's aroused by you physically, but he's also kind of looking into the future with you, making sure that you can't break his heart. You know, he's thinking about how to build, his life, and he's looking and thinking of how to say this, or if he should say it to you, but I think he wants to say this to you. So you do know this person. Do you like them back? Do you think this would be a good fit for you? Is this a good fit for you? That is an actual yes with an exclamation point. I don't know if you see that. I haven't seen that in any other card actually yet. The Ace of Wands. This is a brand new opportunity. There's a lot of newness here, and there's a lot of wands in his direction. This would be a good fit. This is what this card is saying with an exclamation yes. This is a good fit. Whoever might be coming in towards you next, he's going to compliment you. There's a lot of new beginnings, good news, physically starting something together. There's like a creative spark. There's a physical spark. But it's kind of like finding new passion and enthusiasm in something. But there's an urgency here. So I think he's just like ready to fucking, spill the beans. But there's a lot of growth involved between this energy between you two. So, highly consider whoever might be coming towards you next. This King of Pentacles. I mean, who doesn't want a King of Pentacles? If you're looking for someone to have a long-term relationship with, or someone that's stable, mature, looking for the right things, this King of Pentacles is basically going to offer you some security in that. Oh boy. Is there anyone that's going to get involved with this relationship? Any bad energies that are going to get involved? The Empress. There might be a baby mama issue here. This person, this King of Pentacles, might already have a family or had a wife, ex-wife, a mother to one of his children. She might get involved if there's if that fits in your story. Of course, she's the Empress with the King of Pentacles. It's only fitting that she would want to keep her kingdom to herself, and she doesn't want to share, even if it's her ex-husband. She's kind of looking for that security still, and the financial stability that he gives her, whether or not they're together or not. Will she get involved with your relationship too much? Is she going to get involved with your new relationship? No. So, she's still around, and she might always be around. If you're, you're a slightly older person, you have to deal with exes and children's mothers and all that, fathers and all that stuff. But it doesn't seem like she's going to get involved with your new relationship with this King of Pentacles. But she, on her end, is fearful. She doesn't like it still. She's going through her own issues with the whole thing. It might be a fresh divorce or just like a new sort of breakup, whatever it is. If she finds out about the new relationship this King of Pentacles has with you, she might have a little bit of guilt and regret herself, but that's none of your business. As long as she doesn't mess with anything in the future, seems like you'll be fine. Let your true colors sparkle, glimmer, and glow for all to see. Iridescence. So I'm just getting this feeling of newness, getting of a connection with someone that's coming through that's actually someone worth investigating or someone worth considering, someone that's really going to give you a sense of peace and security. It's not always about the fire and the passion, which he will bring as well. But it goes way beyond that. It goes to maturity. It goes to love, like actual love. And I think there's going to be an outpouring of emotion and action soon. When it comes to that, this person is just kind of basically about to go for it with you. So I will leave it there, and good luck with your day.